Happy New Year, everybody, and what a way to start it off. West Ham have just beaten Everton 1-0 at Goodison Park, and I am absolutely happy. I'm not hungover or anything, I'm not dreaming. West Ham have actually won the opening game of 2021 and scored the first Premier League goal of the new calendar year. Come on, you Irons. Woo! I'm absolutely thrilled to bits with this. And I'm going to say this, you can't say that West Ham didn't deserve to win that game. If you look at the overall game, yeah, it was a bit boring, yeah, it was a bit flat. I didn't really enjoy it at time to time, and I was thinking, oh, is it going to be one of those where we lose it because we miss chances? But no, we got the win, we got the goal. Moyes breaks Everton's hearts on his return to Goodison Park yet again. I am absolutely ecstatic. So hey, let's get right into it. Team lineups, let's start with that as per usual. West Ham actually went and did a thing. David Moyes, has he been drinking on New Year's Eve? Because he's gone and made a team selection that's not very Moyesy, and he went and put an attack inside out. Ben Rama was at number 10. Haller on his own up front. Make of that what you will. Back four as well. And a slight change that had to happen because of an injury during the warm-up. Lucas Fabianski hurt himself, so Darren Randolph had to start as goalkeeper. Randolph is a good backup option, though. His distribution is pretty good. He's pretty good at getting rid of the ball. And he showed that in the 2 League Cup games that he played in. So I wasn't too annoyed that Fabianski was sidelined. It's a big blow because he's a quality keeper, but Randolph coming in was reassuring. I don't know how long Fabianski's out for, though, at the time of recording this. But let's move on to talk about the game and talk about the first half, or what we can muster from the first half. I noticed that Everton had a lot of the ball in terms of possession, especially in the opening 10 minutes, but West Ham did more with the ball when they had it. Defensively, we looked quite good with Craig Dawson, Angelo Ogbonna. Ogbonna's not let us down, really, ever, and Dawson's impressed me quite a bit as well. So those two as a defensive partnership looked quite good. They were heading balls away and making clearances, which is the basic job of the defender in general, but Dawson does it quite well. He did it very well against Southampton, he did it well in this game too. Dawson went down injured, and I was fearing the worst at this point because Fabianski had already been given the no-go to play because of an injury, and Dawson possibly going off worried me. He got back on his feet though, and he was ready to play again. First half was alright in terms of West Ham's creativity, albeit I think that the midfield was good. The midfield build-up was excellent with Souček and Rice making those passes and opening the space. But the final third is where I got a bit irritated, especially because we don't shoot on sight. And I don't know why this is. We're obsessed with passing the ball around in the box. Has anyone noticed that? Or is it just me? It's just the fact that Bowen, Benrahma, Fornals, Haller are all in the box. They all have plenty of opportunity to shoot that ball and test Pickford. None of them did it. Benrahma in particular had about 3 or 4 times when he was on the edge of the area and he didn't shoot. Bowen as well, being selfish. And this is a problem that he's got. He doesn't like to shoot when he has the chance to. He doesn't cross when he sees a player. Bowen was on the edge of the box and he could have passed that across the goal. No one's there to meet it. Haller was there. Bowen, why did you not shoot that ball? That's what annoyed me. It was getting still very flat in that first half. There wasn't much from either team, but when chances did come, it was only briefly worth touching on. 2 Everton players that really tested West Ham were Bernard and Abdoulaye Doucouré. Doucouré in particular from that midfield. The way that he was going down on the right wing, well, it was almost the right wing, and getting on with Sofal and Cresswell, that is what concerned me. I thought Doucouré was going to make an impact in that first half, and Bernard was too. He's a very pacey player who plays on the left side of the field, and he was doing a lot of defensive duties. He was getting balls out for throw-ins, and he did have a good chance to, when he fired from distance and Randolph was forced into a save. But anyway, it was half-time, it was 0-0. I wasn't too angry at this point, and actually, no, angry's not the word. I wasn't too, let's say, anxious at this point, because it wasn't bad, but it was very flat and dull from both teams. Randolph, I did say that he had good distribution in general. He couldn't kick the ball past the halfway line. but he had kept a clean sheet at this point. Why should we complain? Midfield was always going to be key for West Ham because our midfield is possibly one of the best outside of the top 6. Rice and Souček get the big props here. Those two were really good in the middle of the park, but they also did a lot of defensive work too. Souček was good at the defending, and Rice made loads of runs back to get the ball back. He just sensed that presence of any Everton players, particularly Richarlison, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, and getting back to them to clear the ball away. And all we had to do was the fundamental of what Rice was trying to do there. Nullify Everton. Because that's a team that scores a lot of goals, as we know. A team that had the chance to go second in the Premier League had they won. We stopped their attacks. We stopped them from really getting any major crosses into the box. I think the only times in that second half Everton got any decent crosses in were from set pieces. So that was a promising sign. Having said that, there are a few things that I want to touch on in this second half that did kind of annoy me. What was Sebastian Haller offering in this game? Nothing. What was he doing to make chances? Nothing. Was he scoring? No. So that made Moyes do the right thing and get Mikel Antonio on and take Haller off. And it's very bad when not completely fully fit Mikel Antonio is better than your fully fit natural striker. That's how Antonio fits into our team. That shows the work rate and dedication of Antonio. Wasn't really at his full best, I don't think. But hey, he came on and at least was going to make a change. You just kind of knew it. And immediately Antonio's being that physically strong, muscular striker who's getting on balls and roughing around Everton's defenders. He did it many times. I noticed that Everton started to play a little bit rougher. They committed a lot more fouls. Tom Davies went into Mikel Antonio. There was a clash with Yarmolenko with another Everton player and he went down. Everton started to rough it up a little bit and it seemed quite reactionary from them. They were just concentrating on keeping it tight and not making any errors. But they did make an error because they conceded. And West Ham got the goal that they needed with 4 minutes left of regular time. Cresswell fires in the ball. It's deflected off an Everton player, but Souček's reading this perfectly. He's in the right place, right time to roll it into the net. Pickford's got no chance, really. Souček runs off and starts celebrating. Does the celebration in honour of Vladimir Sofal's wife giving birth on Christmas Day. Belated congratulations. West Ham has 1-0 up and I'm happy. It's what we needed, and it was, like I said earlier, it was a deserved goal. And it showed that we took a chance. There was no Man United or Arsenal. We took the chance. Full-time whistle went. West Ham won the game 1-0. It's the perfect way to start 2021. Souček has been a godsend of a player. He is the most underrated defensive mid in the Premier League. He's got 6 goals this season for us in 18 games. So that's a goal every 3 games roughly. And that is impressive. I reckon he's going to go on to get at least 10 goals this season. At the time of us signing him initially in January, he had 8 goals in 17 games for Slavia Prague. I think he's going to repeat something like that at West Ham this season. And did anyone see his post-game interview where he says that he sits and eats potato salad? Well, I think Moyes needs to give the whole team that, because we'll turn from just a little old club from East London that struggled for the last few years into elite Real Madrid. That's my thoughts anyway. You can make of that what you will. But if Souček's eating potato salad and he's bossing it, then why can't the rest of the players do it? And the other thing that's really impressive about this is that Everton were rested. They've had about a week off because their game against Man City got postponed. They should have been more prepared for that game. As for West Ham, who had a pretty hectic schedule and have played 3 times in a week, hey, we got the win. And it was a deserved win in the end. I'm very happy for the players. 26 points now, with 3 points off of the top 4, if you want to look at it that way, even though we are still 10th in the league. But hey, really good win for us, and the perfect way to start 2021. I couldn't be happier. Thank you very much for watching this episode of The Aftermath. A little bit different in terms of all my formatting, but if you like the video, hit the like button and subscribe for more content. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you all soon.